Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another stream. We're back to Kenshi, Kenshi's Weakest Warrior. If this is your first introduction to the series, you will find the whole playlist linked in the pinned comment and maybe a video if I've gotten that far, so you can catch up on the whole thing. Welcome in Twitch viewers, YouTube viewers, VOD watchers. Hope everybody is doing well. Wheezy, congrats on the first redeem today over on Twitch. And hello to you and Todd and Space Monkey and everybody else who's hanging out. So yes, just a quick reminder, this is the weakest unit in the game. This is a solo permadeath run, and we are at a point where we are a very high level, but we are not quite the highest level. So there are still enemies that can very easily defeat us. Today, we're going to try to address some of those shortcomings and see if we can accelerate our training. I've tried to do things pretty organically, but today we're going to pull out some more tricks and see just how far we can go. Let's get started. Oh, it looks like there was a Kenshi update. I don't think I'll be able to do that today, but maybe before the next stream, and maybe I get my free cam back. All right, let's get started. Just want to make sure that I am in the right place. No, I was... Is it here? Let's find out. I did some, I had to do some loading previously of Crabmaster and all that to get video to finish the video. Sounded like a parachute opening. Okay, yes, this is where we were. We had just turned over Gorillo. And, well, I think it was Shade that we had just turned over. So let's see where we are at. We've got a nice 76 attack, 88 defense, 76 dodge, 65 martial arts, 70 pole arms, 82 dexterity, 67 strength. Okay, so things are going pretty well for us, but we're at that point where the stats are high, but they're not high enough, and raising them is difficult. We're going to try to overcome that today. So let me make sure I have some food in my inventory. I do. We are going to see about running up to... There's probably multiple places I can do this, but I want to go to World's End. And the reason I want to go to World's End, and again, this is maybe overkill, is I believe they have research stations that I can use to research some things. And in particular, I need to research a bed. Talos, welcome in. Good to have you. Okay, luckily the game didn't have time to load that we were going through acid water. What's my favorite bird? I like the Mexican crested caracara. The World's End was a great movie. It was my least favorite of the Cornetto trilogy, honestly. Starlet, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We running. That's new. I used to see them when I lived in South Florida. They have a funny little walk where they look like a person in a goofy suit walking with their hands behind their back, and it makes me laugh. So that's why I like them. Had a lot to live up to, but it was still great. Yeah, I'll have to give it a watch again. Went to the thrift store today, and I got a bunch of DVDs for $2 a piece. I got the first 3 John Wick movies. Fariz, welcome in on YouTube. Yeah, I got the first 3 John Wick movies, which I've never seen. Children of Men, Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, and a Horror 4 collection with Creep Show, and I want to say Dreamcatcher by Stephen King. Sometimes you find really good stuff, and then sometimes it's just garbage. Also got The Road, the book, not the movie, and a Jazz for Rainy Weather CD. Amir, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Dreamcatcher was pretty good. Clearly the book was better, as is usually the case, but they did good with the movie. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've just been on kind of a physical media kick lately. I tried getting Jellyfin installed on my NAS. It didn't quite work. I think I did some of the config wrong a little bit. But I'm going to get that server working, and then I've got a Raspberry Pi that I'm going to put some software on, and I'm going to use it to play video over composite to my CRT TVs. If free like you, have a nice day. Hey, thank you. I hope you also have a nice day. I think the only Stephen King book that I've read was The Stand, which was a really good book, but it took me obviously a while to read. It's like 1,100 pages or something. Why, Bleep, why are we stopping in Rebirth? Bruh. Bleep may be Kenshi's weakest warrior, but he also doesn't know how to read a map. Loved The Stand from the very first scene. Yeah, so I was a fan of the book, and I was also a fan of the older 4-part miniseries. The one that's like 4 2-hour movies. Whenever I'm zooming around the map at high speed like this, I hear City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2. Gotta follow my rainbow indeed. Probably a mod to add Sonic music when zooming. Maybe. Saw the miniseries first, then read the book. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to spend an entire day if you like spending it in front of the TV. Of course, it hits a little different post-COVID. Whoa, where did you come from? Okay, Bleep. Immediate cessation of orders. Oh, don't be in the water. That's the worst thing you could be. Well, he handled that business. Loving Bleep's weapons. Yeah, the polearms or something, aren't they? Wait, is it just me, or do I not remember thunder noises in this game? He's become so tough. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. He's very, very strong, but he's not endgame boss strong. So today we're going to try to up the grinding a little bit by any means necessary and try to get him to endgame power strong. You like penguins, but got in an argument about whether they taste like fish or chicken, and now you don't know how to feel. Didn't the Catholics, I say the Catholics as if they're a monolith, but one of the popes or one of the like papal societies or something, didn't they designate puffins as not meat and able to be eaten during Lent? I know we just went from penguins to puffins, but hey, you got to be prepared for anything in this stream. If I can accelerate the training enough, we may be looking at the end of this run this weekend. And then I will need some time to set up mods for the next Kenshi run. I think I know what I'm going to do. It's a pretty cool idea. I just need to dig into what's possible with modding it and such. I've got a couple ideas. I think I know the one I'm going to try, but... sometimes the ones that I have in mind work out very well, and then other times the actual execution is just not where we would think it would be. You know what? There should be a repair bed here. Looking forward to hearing about the new idea. Any hints? Yeah, I guess, wait, what do you mean it needs power to operate? Why is there no power? What? What's going on here? Anyway, I want to try to turn Kenshi into a horror game. Is there just no wind? Is that why? How is World's End powered? Yeah, there's no wind. Okay, well, let's see if we can buy some books. I don't know how many of these things I'm going to need, so let's go with a conservative 24. Yeah, I've got money. Still haven't found anybody who can afford to buy this gurgler head. I feel like it's almost a trap in that way. Like, sure, you can get it, but nobody's ever going to have enough money to buy it from you. All right, now let's see. The reason I came to World's End is I wondered if they would allow me to use one of their research benches. Wait, what? Why are these just marked research, research? Okay, so I don't think we can use this research facility. So... we'll need to find another one we can use. I know some of the labs you can. Sure. I mean, you know what? Honestly, I've got like a lot of money. A little cheap house here. Hey, you know what? Let's flex on them. Let's buy the L house. Turn it into a W house because the size of this dub is massive. All right, so in order to build a research bench, we need 3 building material, which I happen to have. Imagine the concept of buying a house so you have a place to research how to build a bed. Okay, so I don't know what this research stuff is all about. Let's get at it real quick, I suppose. I wonder if it was one of my attempts to add a certain level of knowledge with my Crabmaster mod. What I really ought to do is, even if I think nothing is changing, I ought to do a playthrough without existing mods that I've made. Research complete. Research. Sure. Cool. I think what I actually need is tech level 2. Oh, you have to do small house to get tech level 2. Okay. And then I think I have to build an entire new workbench just to learn how to build a bed. Which, let's be real, I feel like if you can build an entire workbench, you can build yourself a bed to sleep on. But far be it from me to question the strange rules of this strange world. We're going so fast, the game doesn't know how to process the sound. Huh. These items are not interactable for some reason. I wanted to get my building material back. Nope, and Alt is not highlighting them. Those materials essentially do not exist anymore. I need 10 iron plates. I guess we'd be looking for more of a, like, construction trader. That'll be some more durable food for us. Ah, the mechanical shop. This will be it. Although, I don't think I'm really going to have room for the iron plates. Running out of room was not part of my plan. Yeah, let me drop this backpack off. Don't know if I'll use it, but who knows, right? Okay, so I can do 6 and then come back and do another 6. Sure, right there. Okay. I can carry 6 building materials with me. That's not going to be enough. I think we'll need to carry 12, maybe. 6 might be just enough to build a small shack and a bed, but not to get enough of our materials back to do it again if we move, if that makes sense. Oh, I lost all my books too, I think, when I tore down the other bench. Okay. Well, we're just bleeding money here, but, you know, what else is money for but spending? If I can't do it with 24 books, I don't think it's getting done. Beds. All I needed. All right. Now we'll stop at the mechanical shop again. Buy us some more building materials and cloth. Should have plenty of food. Five might be enough for now. Okay, we have everything we need. We're gonna head to Howler's Maze. It seems like these playthroughs always come back to Crab in the end. We'll also be getting some strength XP while we move. Might as well do that in sneak as well. Not because we want the sneak XP, but because we want the strength XP that comes from making it a longer path. Yeah, we got plenty of food. It's why you live on what you call Crab Island most playthroughs. That little island just outside their outpost. Oh, yeah, I know the one. Yep. Nice location. I don't know what types of raids you get there. Probably skin bandits and such. Bleep is not concerned with you. Almost exclusively, what is that, reavers? And crabs for the tourney, gotcha. Yeah, the reavers. That makes sense. They do like to war with the crab bandits. Hey, Trans Tanky Girl, good to see you. It's going pretty well. We're trying to mega level Bleep today and start trying to take on some of the toughest foes in the game. We just spent the first part of stream spending 50,000 cats to research beds. Somebody please help me with my budget. I don't know where all my money is going. 50,000 cats on researching beds. Okay, we're here in Howler Maze. I'm standing in my garage, but what I want to show you is not the Lamborghini behind me, but my bookshelf. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things here. Got no one else in your squad who could possibly be embezzling from you. Did you know you can embezzle from yourself? Bleep knows. Okay, let's see. Can I put down... Okay, so I may have to build a little shack. That's fine. How far out do I need to be to build a small shack? Oh, hold on. While Bleep is burning to death from acid rain, laying out his plans for his building. Okay, a small shack can go here. And then a bed can go here. I forgot how long it takes to build beds. I guess they had to nerf the nap meta somehow. Alright, we're gonna get this health back up. Look how much more quickly it goes up with a bed. Okay. Now, I did say we were going to pull out all the stops. We're going to increase the squad size multiplier and global population multiplier, and we are going out in search of crab. May Okron have mercy on my computer. You know, we're looking for... Wow, there are crabs all over the place, but we're looking for a nest specifically with lots of baby crabs. Oh, you know what? I suppose we increased the global squad multiplier and not the nest multiplier. What can you learn from crab? Certainly you're not just having a big crab bake. So crabs are a great way to increase training because you can get surrounded by a large number, and because animals give you XP and stronger opponent logic as though they were their full age. So a crab pup is worth the same XP and stronger opponent logic as an adult crab. Here we go. Plus, they don't eat you exactly. I think we're not going to gain any toughness XP from this. Okay, so this is still very slow with Bleep, obviously having, like, no health. And back to the outpost we go for a nice little rest. Now, it may seem excessive to run all the way back to the outpost for our bed, but, quite honestly, it's going to save us with the resting time in the long run, I believe. Ooh, we even got our melee defense to 89. Look at that. Now, like I was saying earlier in the stream, this is the kind of thing that I didn't want to do from the beginning. I didn't want to just power level this character and just have no, like, growth curve. But we're at the point where it is getting so difficult to raise levels that this just seems to be the most effective option left to us. We got absolutely mogged by those crabs. Well, right back to bed, and that gave us about 2% defense XP. I think, honestly, it just, we really needed to be wearing the plate armor. Also, I did switch to the low-quality polearm so that we can get more hits in, which just equals more experience. Ooh, dexterity's about to go up again. Okay, let's see if we can get back to the nests, assuming they are still where they were. Crab nest has been wiped out. I wonder what did that. Okay, here's another one. Put on the plate armor and go to town. Oh, we're getting a lot of Empire peasants out here because the squad squad multiplier is active. Okay, so that nest is done for. We're just gonna keep looking for nests. Another one wiped out. We may not be the only crab killers on this island. Okay, melee attack is almost at a new level. The progress is going, but it's slow like everything else. Ah, there's a bunch of baby crabs over here. It's like an infestation. I wonder, are we gaining anything as far as toughness? Okay, so 87. 93, we are still gaining toughness from getting up surrounded by these large groups. Yep, we just gained another level of toughness. Oh, now the acid rain. We're going to have to put on the dust coat and probably head out of here. And when you only have 50 in all of your HP, it is, it's so limiting. Okay, so we do have melee attack 77, and we did gain in dexterity as well. Theoretically, I think as our dexterity increases, we'll get in more attacks per attack cycle. And that should help us keep pace with training, I hope. This is not going to be the most exciting gameplay I have ever done, but I think it's really the only thing that's going to bring us to end game levels. Okay, we'll see if that nest is still there. Still acid rain. I wonder if there's a part of the island that gets acid rain less frequently. That would be a good thing to know. It seems the acid rain is ticking down health even at 80% protection. I would like to keep the tin can on to lower our attack for faster training. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Here we go. Just a crab bomb right there. Training all through the night until the sun rises on us in combat. We could theoretically get toughness above 95% by doing this. Or level 95, I mean. Now that is a cleared out nest. Looking for baby crabs. Where are they at? Ah, there we go. This may be one that we have to leave and go heal up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens if we just go at it with the health we have. Hey, Ed, welcome in. Yeah, okay, so we're at -9. If we lay here, the health does go up. That is our fail-safe. I wonder what this is doing for our stealth. 93 at 83%. 93 at 87%. So it is increasing stealth. I don't know if we really need more stealth than 93, but... Alright, we'll untoggle sneak, go back for a rest. We'll remember that it's here. And I guess I could never starve this way if I just cooked the crab meat as well. Excuse you. How did you get in my house? Alright, so the nest was about here. See if it persists. It does persist. We gotta wear the tin can, though, it seems. Look how much damage they've done to our head already. It's that pierce damage. Toughness is a quarter of the way to the next level, so, I mean, it does seem like we can get it above 95. It may seem like a couple of levels is not much at this point, but our damage resistance is 58 and toughness caps out at 65. So an extra 7% damage resistance where we are could be quite effective. Probably with the fact that we are encumbered, we should also train martial arts some this way, because we will get both martial arts and strength experience that way. Or dodge and strength, I mean. And of course, also martial arts. Crabs are planning revenge. They don't even need to plan revenge. They will just let evolution have it. How did we get so unlucky to just be hit in the head multiple times? I know once you're hit in one limb, you're more likely to be hit in that limb again in the future, but still. Oh, I think if you issue a command to get up and attack, you skip some of the animation. All right. Another level of melee attack. It's coming along slowly, but coming along. I think to get our defense up, we may need to do something like kidnap, what's her name, Mole? With the crazy high attack, and maybe give her like a rusted junk guardless katana or something. I mean, 89 defense is already quite high, but just if we're looking to squeeze the most out of this character. How do crabs keep getting in my house with the door closed? Oh, wait, maybe that's the same crab? No, it's multiple. I didn't ask for this. Hey, we've got an ad break starting soon on Twitch. I'm just going to go ahead and play through this one because we're doing, it's just a little bit of grinding today. Just the way this particular one has ended up going for us. Looks like a live nest. It's probably the same one I've been picking on. Feel like our attack should have just gone up a level. I'm gonna watch it a second and see if it does. Sometimes it seems the levels up don't always get portrayed immediately. Or no, maybe we did go up from 77. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Well, the map says there's a nest here, but maybe this is the same nest and they've already been wiped out. Suppose perhaps they need some time to repopulate. We are causing our own sort of ecological disaster here. Here's a nest. House isn't too far from here. We'll go there and we'll make it back. Roblox Y, welcome in. Good to have you. Heal up real fast. I don't like using the extended speed capabilities for grinding stats, but I will use it for resting up, which in a way you could say is the same thing, but we all have to draw our own limits with this game. And that's just where I'm at. It was like here. Not quite. Maybe the nest moved on. Ah, here it is. If we can find close nests like this, I think we can still push the attack more. Curious to see what kind of damage we're doing at this point. With our Mei-To quality weapons, not the rusted junk ones. Oh, I didn't realize my light died. And I'm casting a shadow here. About that, that's better. How's my day? Pretty good. Got some good stuff done, and now I get to play Kenshi, as I do every weekend. Oh, we're back outside. That's lovely. So if we were to go for somebody with these stats first, my instinct says maybe some of the Inquisitors of the Holy Nation. I really do want to train up martial arts a little before that. It was like here. There's a big crab nest. .79 attack. Okay, we reached a new level. I'm wondering if now might be the time to borrow a strategy for really cranking the attack training beyond even what the crabs can do. We'll try it out. This will be a time of trying things. I was kind of thinking we would ally with the UC a little bit. Not ally with them, but just turn in our bounties to them. Because they don't really have, other than Igor, of course, they don't really have enemies that are super worth, like, 1v1ing. And we've never really sided with the UC at all, or, like, turned in bounties to them, really, or done much of that. We have been turning bounties into the Shek. All right, you know what? Yeah, let's try this other method with the skeleton bandits. That's my 4 fabrics back. I like how you can dismantle an entire shack faster than a bed. Alright, so we're gonna swing back this way. Keep in mind we're going there at 79 attack and almost 84 dexterity. So when we're outfitted like this with the tin can, we have a 70 attack, 62 with the samurai armor. That's really not amazing. I really don't think we're going to be able to take advantage of like assassin's rags. Let's throw them on just for kicks. That's only 68. Well, that's because the dust storm just happened at the same time. We would be 78 with Assassin's Rags. And for a lot of characters, that's going to be the way to go. I just don't know that we can tank enough damage to rely on that with Bleep. Ooh, crash. Okay. Let's see where we were. This must have been the most recent one just before we went back to the house and slept. Limbs am I wearing? Lifter and skeleton. Gotcha. Let's try this again. Probably don't need to be doing it at 20 times speed, though. I guess we could try training against storm thralls, too. Oh, you know what? I was going to train martial arts against the crabs. We'll see if that becomes necessary. Oh, they think they're gonna fight me, do they? Come on, the crabs hit harder than you. Incredibly funny how you knock some of them down, and then the other ones start capturing them to try to turn in. You know what? I was going to make this a thumbnail, but I don't think YouTube will like all the blood. All right, now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. Wear this just for safe travels. And we want to go... Skeleton HQ is... Or Iron HQ, I mean. I want to say about here, but I could be wrong. The penalty for being wrong? Nothing, really. Bleep, don't swim through that acid water, please. So that may not be acid water. You know, we could fight Valamon. Maybe after we do a little training, Valamon will be our first test before we go to take on, like, faction leaders and stuff. Valamon was somebody I had forgotten about. Mark is here. Maybe Iron HQ is here. Everybody say hi to Stobe. Hi, Stobe. That looks like Iron HQ there. The old Tech Hunter territory. we'll do the same thing of putting down a little house and a bed. Those crab raiders trying to pick a fight with me? Maybe. Wonder if we're going to get any attacks while we're out here. Hey, my Koshi, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Really appreciate you. I have some stuff coming up that I've been working on the channel in terms of hiring like voice actors and custom music and things like that. So any support towards the Ko-fi and everything, it helps me continue to fund those while I'm building out the YouTube channel. Content you make is good and important. Hey, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. As with anything creative, you tend to, you know, have doubts and stuff. So gestures like that, they help you feel better that people see value in what you do. Not that money is the only way to do that, but that it is very appreciated. Okay, we're gonna get some rest here. Been at it forever, and sometimes people take it for granted. You know, there's been, there's stuff that you don't really talk about that you see as a creator. I have seen a shift from, like, how people contribute financially on Twitch and things like that, and I'm not talking about my channel. I'm talking about, like, across everything. And I think it's been a difference from when I joined in 2022 and some, and who can blame anybody with inflation and rising costs of living and all of that. What continues to be the biggest thing for me is trying to build out a system where I can get rewarded simply for people spending time and enjoying my content, and that's the system I'm aiming to create right now. You know, with ad revenue from YouTube and streams and things like that. But all that to say that people still showing up after I've been doing this for like 3.5 years is mind-blowing, and in and of itself is a huge form of support. All right, so what we're going to do is we'll attack this skeleton guard. Well, first I want to put on my weak polearm. And probably my tin can helmet. Oh, and this bag as well. I'll attack one. Let's attack you. And then we're going to run up to the stairs and hold. So now I am explicitly taking this tactic from Frankie. Frankie was here. I am explicitly borrowing this, and I try to find my own ways, but I'm going to try this one technique for kind of hyper leveling, considering the wall we've hit with this character. Build that through community, but we've abstracted community as subscriptions. Yes, and aside from the fact that subscriptions remove ads on Twitch, I personally want to encourage a situation where I am not as reliant on people directly being able to subscribe. Some of the people that are very close in this community don't subscribe regularly, and I want that to be okay, if not the standard, and anything above that to be a bonus. But I don't know, just with my philosophy, that's the system that I want to build. So the idea here is we're getting surrounded Wait, why am I using my Meito weapon still? Maybe I'm using the better of the two? Or maybe I am using the weak one. Let's see. Why am I now using martial arts? What? Okay, yeah, I am using the rusted junk one. So this should be a pretty rapid way of raising melee attack. Especially when we hit multiple like that. Hey, what's up, Darkin? How you doing? Been a while, thought I would drop in and see how we're all doing. Odd, my Twitch is saying I'm following you, but followers only emotes thinks I'm not following you. Twitch is doing its thing. It is held together by, well, usually I would say by duct tape and good intentions, but I'm not even sure good intentions is in Twitch's part. But Darkin, I hope you've been well. Always good to see you, whether it's been a little or been a while. Hope you're well. We're on the Kenshi grind right now. Yeah, see, we already got melee attack 80 and almost to 81. Wow, this is like mega leveling. And now I wonder if I get up from this. So I've got toughness at 44% of a level. If I get up... Toughness at 49% is not bad. Started building an app that lets AI communicate with each other, and it's given you a fair bit of insight into Twitch. Really like social dynamics. Definitely been a few months. The last year you've just been working on yourself, working out, and got a new job that you're finally happy and comfortable in. Things are quite well. We love to hear it. We love to hear that people are putting in work, but also figuring out what's good for them and chasing that. The Kenshi army is strong. You remember day one, yes, and how it ended up being such a big thing for the channel and everything. Chat delay is a real thing, trying to model it after the Roman Forum or rules of decorum, but it turns out modeling a fluid conversation is tricky. Yeah, I can imagine, especially with like multiple sort of agentic things going on. I don't know if they took anything from me. Oh, maybe they're healing each other. Yeah, medic. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're healing each other. '82 attack. Wow. Well, this has definitely gotten us over that wall where we really couldn't raise our stats much. And even dexterity now 85. Where'd Bleep go? Oh, on the roof. Okay, cool. Struggle in two realms, memory and order, who says what when, and then what order and what memory they have in the conversation, and how to keep scope of that memory so it isn't just infinite storage. Yeah, especially now, when storage is the most expensive it's ever been. We've created like a real-time strategy sim, which, I mean, Kenshi kind of is to begin with, but... Okay, even with Kenshi, my game is not liking this many units. Let's work it back some. That won't eliminate the ones that are on screen right now, but it will lower the ones that spawn in the future. Okay, so they're not gonna leave us alone just because we're in the bed. Okay, wait a second. This is a problem, though. They're hitting us while we're unconscious. I think. What I need to do is get up the second I am conscious again, so that I don't end up locked into this bed being hit until I die. Currently trying to model memory into short and long term. You're running into an issue where short term is just a long text file and long term is just an abstraction of an abstraction. Need to figure out how to model it in a way that isn't just a sliding window of what was said or tokenization of that. If long-term memory was a shape, what shape would you say it was? Fractal. Or a tessellation. Is that a cop-out? It's like a tree of trees, I think. I think it looks like one of those neural maps when you use Obsidian and you link your notes together and it like sorts them all together by weight and it's kind of like a bouncy spider web. I think that's what it is. Try to describe it as when you melt candles together and taking a cut of that. Maybe it's like that dragon, that optical illusion of that dragon, you know, where the cardboard cutout is folded in such a way that between a range of viewing angles, the eyes always look like they're looking at you. I don't know. I don't have any proper knowledge to be speaking of this stuff. I'm just making noises. What's that, a vivisection? I don't know. A vivisection sounds like a Kenshi thing. This acid rain, it may be acid rain. Wow, look at all the units. What have I created? Let's zoom in close to us so the game's not trying to render everything everywhere all at once. I think I can work with this from a storytelling perspective. Like, we tried most of the organic ways of raising skills, and then in the end, we had to go to the hyper specialized, and that allowed us to overcome with the weakest character available. But seeing the progression from different strategies, I think, will be a cool comparison in the final product. Long term, as a fractal, takes two contexts for you. Either you have branches where you run into the infinite storage issue. Fractal means something big is just a big version of something small, which is tokenization. It's turtles all the way down, man. I get what you're saying at a abstracted linguistic level, but I don't really have the tech savvy to hold that fully in proper context. Don't want to distract from stream. I mean, I appreciate it, but also this is like the most MMO mob farming activity we could be doing in this game. Really, it was doing better with the larger squad numbers, so maybe we do need to pump them up again. But maybe we can cut down the number of roaming squads and just have the population of the existing squads be higher. I mean, as we're getting a little more surrounded in here, it's going up more. Oh, also, I might have the wrong backpack equipped. That'll probably help some. Might have been going at a higher speed also. Could have been some of it. One thing I would like to avoid is being eaten by a land bat, if at all possible. Quick, out of the acid rain. What are you doing, Bleep? Open the door. Get in your house. Get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Last thing you remember, we were trying to rule the world with crabs. We have finished that playthrough. I made the video on YouTube. It's a 12-hour-long video that covers the entire arc. This one, we're now playing as the weakest unit in the game, a Fogman drone, so beep, but weaker. Remember this vaguely, it's all coming back to you. "42 Wallaby Way." Wait, the next word I remember is Sydney. The memories are returning. All right, so what I really want to do, I think, is kind of aggro a larger group of them. So we'll attack unprovoked and then run in here. Wait, Finding Nemo? I was thinking Rocko's Modern Life. "42 Wallaby Way" is where they're keeping Nemo. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking of from Rocko's Modern Life then. I thought that was his address or something like it. Got attack raising, we've got dexterity raising. Ooh, polearms is 77, not bad. They're now hostile towards me. That could present problems. P. Sherman, yes. But for some reason, I thought it was 42 Wallaby Way. I got the wires crossed in my brain. Can we hit 84? Show me 84 attack, please. What's up, David Jerome? Good to see you. Yes, Chuck Norris, a legend. Sometimes when I see, like, celebrity deaths like that, it's hard for me not to think of, like, my grandparents, who, you know, I more experienced those people through, or that they related to me through. Like Ozzy. Ozzy is one that always makes me think of my grandma. Because that's the type of thing, like, if there was an Ozzy update, she would text it to me. For Chuck Norris, it's my grandpa. He loved, like, Walker, Texas Ranger, and all those shows. Still teaching martial arts up until a month before his passing. That doesn't surprise me. Probably not at the full intent, you know, full contact, high intensity, everything, but, you know, it not only does it give you purpose, but it keeps you limber and healthy, so. I'd like to see if we can hit 90 attack. 90 might be a good barometer for us. If they're hostile to me, does that mean they'll attack when I run in here without me needing to aggro them? We'll find out. Started saying 42 Wallaby Way is a way to say I'm recalling this because of Finding Nemo, and 42 is the meaning of life. It's a complex series of symbology. May it serve you well. Look at all them bandits. I think this one keeps trying to get back up and fight me and then auto-fainting. Yeah, that's what I need. I need a group of them to bunch up so I get the surrounded bonus. Come on, raise your alarm. Call your friends. Run over here and, like, aggro a group. An end to the hive. Okay, I've never seen them do, like, faction-specific dialogue like that. Basically, by bunching them up, when I do get hits, I get hits on multiple at a time. So I'm just going to gain more XP that way. On the roof, is that your brightest idea? How about we go back down a floor? I love Kenshi, and it's not understanding what floors are. Okay, maybe we go down 2 floors and fight under the stairs. Although stairs seem to be a particular area of issue for the elevation system. $84, we're getting there. Oh, and they just dumped me out in the acid rain. We're just gonna sneak away. Last thing you remember was a scene much like this. Everybody was punching me, but they weren't wearing armor. Honestly, that is like 80% of how to level in Kenshi, is go get yourself punched by a bunch of people or hit with sticks. What we're doing is basically grouping them up indoors where we get negative attack. So we get debuffs, and then they surround us. So we gain bonus experience from having a lower attack and from being surrounded and from hitting multiple units simultaneously. Months ago, I thought you'd at least be a king by now. So we did also do that for the crab playthrough. So I don't know which one you remember. Hey, what's up, Borealis? Hope you're well. Alright, there's a bunch of skeleton bandits here. They should aggro, yep. Specifically remember saying I am a Fogman, the weakest of the weak. Yeah. So, I mean, this is, what, episode 9? If we do 2 a week, and I've missed a lot because of life stuff and internet issues. So, yeah, it could have been about 2 months ago or something. I mean, to be fair, imagine looking at us then versus looking at us now. Perhaps we are king of ourselves and discipline. When am I settling down and starting a Kenshi family? New challenge run idea. Can you be a family man in Kenshi? Can you procreate? No. Sadly, a lot of people at least want like animal husbandry or something. That would be very cool, but maybe with Kenshi too. Because you can, like, there are nomads who sell goats and stuff, and there are male and female animals, so your natural assumption is, oh, I can get a male goat and a female goat, and I can breed them, and I can, like, sell the meat, or I can sell the goats, you know, RimWorld style. Not in this installment. A little more toughness training here. Yeah, all that for like 4% more toughness training. Oh, are they throwing me out, or are they going to put me in prison? Okay, they're throwing me out. Couple more bouts of this, we should have the skills we're looking for, and we should go test ourselves on the Reavers. Now I want to call them Revenants because somebody else did. Or Bleep. Yes, but also Bleep is gaining the reward of ultimate strength. I am the ultimate life form. Bleep. Bleep the Fogman. Why am I getting the bitrate warning on YouTube? Looks okay. Oh, I have dropped some frames this stream. Sucks, I am having to stream on Wi-Fi because my Ethernet situation is just not working. I'm just gonna have faith that something good is happening here because I cannot see. I mean, the melee attack is going up, so... Bleep is in your walls. He's defeating your strongest warriors. Sometimes Kenshi breaks, and sometimes you break it right back. I think we're going to end the run with one organic limb left intact because we have not managed to lose this right leg by natural means. right, we're going to have an ad break coming up soon. You know what? I'll probably just go ahead and take this break now so I can run to the restroom real quick, and then we'll finish out a couple more bouts of training, and then we'll try to take our new combat skills to Ark and Valamon and the Reavers. So I'll see you all in just a moment. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. You can probably tell from my death counter, Frost is no joke either. This mini truck looks like a death trap. Maybe compared to some of the other tanks that are on the road, yeah. It's a death trap for that person. We have been in a bit of a predicament, as you might see. You might be able to deduce that something has happened.
Don't you worry.
All right, I won't. My mom says the Spartans always keep their word.
Uh-oh.
That is true, Nastya. Indeed.
Anytime a game has you giving a child hope, it's a dangerous, dangerous thing. Hello, I'm here to give you a Christmas kiss. Mwah. 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 Merry Christmas. It's pretty cool. We only got an hour and a half in because I was super sleepy. I was super sleepy again today, but today I brought a weapon. Twitch, in case your AI transcript spider bot is listening, was a metaphorical weapon. It's a monster. It's a weapon against tiredness. I did not bring a weapon to stream. You cannot prove it. Okay, so we need a new windshield. Look at that form. Wow, I am really good at being a vehicular menace. I bet this is a Thresher Maw. This is my surprised face. Anybody else a fan of the stoned octopus? Am I winning? Yeah, let's go with yes. Let's go with yes. Because that feels a lot better to believe. All right, let's get back to it. Thanks for hanging out and dealing with those ads. So that you can deal with more of this ad. Kitty, welcome in. Good to have you. All right, we just got to aggro a bunch. Yep, we aggroed a bunch. Let's run in here. Wow, they're messing up my head. If only they could have done that for my right leg instead. We didn't even gain a level that time around. What if I stand back up? Sometimes the RNG is just like that, and that's the scary thing about this run is we can have incredibly high stats and the best weapons and armor, and the RNG just can put us on our ass, and, you know, that's just the way it's gonna go. Big skin harvest moving towards my outpost. Okay, we won't be here when that happens then. Not that I think they'll do anything to us as a Fogman, but still. Well, it looks like I am dropping some frames. May have to run that long Ethernet cable sooner than I thought. All right, we got 87 attack. Really love to hit that 90 that I was talking about. Human blood for Stobe. Who's this? Is it a hostile scavenger? Oh, yeah, it's a hostile drifter. Well, while you're distracted, I'm just gonna sneak on out of here. Oh, I'm unconscious again. While you're distracted, I'm just gonna sneak on out of here and get back to my bed. "90 attack, and then we hit Valimon. That's the plan." We'll be using our more effective weapon, too, at that point. Oh, did they... Wait, did they take all my food, or have I eaten all my food? Okay, so the big skin harvest just showed up. You know, the one that I said I wasn't going to be around for. Oh, maybe my food's in my other bag. That could be it. Nope. All right, well, let's see what happens here. Where'd the rest of them go? I don't think I defeated the war leader that fast. The faction tab say? Upcoming events. Looks like they grabbed some Reavers and they were happy. Oh, and some skeleton bandits. Well, works for me. Oh, except they broke my door. Yeah, get out. That'll learn you. The food actually needs to be a priority. You know what? We'll try it with 87 attack. Go grab some food as well. Got the wrong bag on. Oh, you want to fight me, do you? Well, let's fight me proper with good equipment. Yeah, you like me then. Still got the wrong bag on. That's what I thought. Pick that up. Oh, is it? I don't know how much damage we would take with the dust coat, but our combat skills with it on are incredible. We might want to try that. My fear is anywhere with turrets or enemies with really high level bladed weapons. We might just take too much damage to not have the samurai armor. But you know what? The Reavers should be a good test bed for that after I buy some food. Let's go up to Black Scratch. Bleep stats are looking mighty strong right now. Honestly, this King Gurgler head is kind of just taking up space. All this way for some food. But an army marches on its stomach, so we continue. Bar. Well, where's the barkeep? Oh, maybe it's not one of those bars. Maybe it's one of those bring your own drink establishments. All right, so if I were to prepare myself with some food, what would be most effective here? Marching on your stomach seems inefficient when we have feet for ambulating specifically. Yeah, well, you know, armies do all sorts of silly things. 6 food cubes. And sure, we'll have some dried meat. That'll be a start. How you doing, McSauce? Good to see you. And we'll repair up our limbs as well at the skeleton doctor. Oh, they weren't actually, they were hardly damaged at all. Oh, well. What do you know? All right. Are you attacking me? You're a Reaver. Who are you attacking? Random Reaver running around town? Hey, you ain't welcome here. All right, let's make our way back to Ark. And see where we stand against the Reavers. Probably turn, if we're able to capture Valamon, probably turn him into the UC. Stream in your ear while you play Spyro. Have fun with Spyro. Bleep, welcome in on YouTube. A lot of Reavers out front, so let's put on the good backpack and see how this first combat encounter goes. We don't need this gurgler head. Oh, do they not, like, automatically attack on sight? See, I'm a little worried about their crossbows. Now they're hostile towards me. That makes sense. I deserve that. Bleep, can you go kill the crossbow person, or at least force them to swap weapons? There you go. Bunch up for me. Okay, let's get out of here before our chest takes too much damage. I wonder if we fight them indoors, if they won't use their bows. And also, we might have enough combat superiority over them that we can use the plate jacket. Let's retreat to Black Scratch. I'm wondering, even though the arrows are showing 0 damage, I'm wondering if the plate jacket still absorbs more of the impact. Honestly, we could probably build a little house right here and be closer than running to Black Scratch if we need to heal. Oh. Turns out they're here. Well, I guess we know what to do about that. Come on, Bleep, get up. Stand up. Okay, now we go back to Black Scratch. Not through the water. We'll see what happens if we rush the throne room. I think we might have better performance there than I at first suspect. Make sure they didn't take any of my important equipment. Doesn't look like it. Okay, you know what? I think we can turn the numbers down. That may be another element of this all. Was the game not actually paused? I think I was just running while I was in the gameplay menu. All right, let's see. Bed I can rent. Probably in here. Probably those additional levels of attack would have been useful, but what can you do? Other than grind and grind and grind. Okay, Valamon, I hope you're ready for a showdown with me. Okay, so here's the strat. We go straight for the throne room. Try to fight Valamon. Because if we knock him out, we can grab him. We don't have to necessarily clear everybody in the joint. Now we just have to find Valamon. Don't remember what he looks like, except I think he's, I mean, a lot of them are quite large. There's Valamon. Oh, he might actually wipe the floor with me. All right. I think we retreat with only having 12 head health. We did okay. It was not a terrible matchup. But he is a stronger level than us. And surrounded by Reavers. And I think what really did it amongst it all is not even the level or the numbers, it's the archers as well. I do think we can make these numbers a flat 1 because the game is already hard enough for us. I don't know if that'll make a difference because we were probably seeing full saturation of the attack slots anyways, but you never know. Now, see, ideally, we would take the helmet off and gain even bonus attack over what we have. But I think we really need the tin can, especially with all those archers in there. Let's see if we can just finish building this home. We probably could have built it closer, to be honest. Oh, are we out of fabrics? Oh, yes, we are. Okay. Well, to brink it is. Or black scratch, either one. And to be honest, we might want to pick an easier target yet. Maybe we want to start with one of the small Holy Nation settlements. It's another one where it's not super safe for us to lose there, but... we could also try Savant. I don't know how tough Savant is compared to others here. Probably need to fight him wearing a dust coat, if I had to guess. You know, did we already do Krall's Chosen and all that? New Krall, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we did. We have an interesting series of choices in front of us as far as who we take on next. Just on a whim, we're going to abandon all of this and I'm going to try Stack. Stack because if I need to vacate, I can get to the hub, I think. Definitely does not need to be at 20 times speed to do that. I guess I should remember to get a screenshot too today for a thumbnail for tomorrow. Yeah, that was some big things we ran headfirst into. It happens. Life out here. If you're bothered by that, you won't make it very long. Hey, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. For anybody new here who is a Kenshi fan, we've got a lot of Kenshi videos on the channel. Just put out my entire Crab Master playthrough, destroying humanity with crabs, with our skeleton unit not able to attack. We did a Fogman Society playthrough, a solo hardcore rock bottom martial arts playthrough. This one will eventually also be a video, maybe sooner than you would think. If I had to guess, maybe 4 weeks from now. Okay, so we go over to stack. That's right, stack up. And we'll see what happens with this encounter. I really should try to go in and focus the Inquisitor first. He's the one that, as my stats degrade from injuries, he's going to be the toughest. Normally in a playthrough like this is where I would switch to the Assassin's Rags. I just don't think we can shed that level of protection with the limb health that we have and the vital health that we have. I feel like we've ended up here staring at this same rock before. Maybe not. There's a lot of rocks. They all kind of look like rocks. All right, here's stack. We're going to run straight in. The door is closed. Oh, wait, this is an unusual arrangement. Maybe not. Darkness among us. Darkness what? I think honestly with the head damage that we're taking, we need to put the tin can back on. It's going to lower our attack stats a little, but... Wow, that was a nasty hit. Anybody important down? Should know all these people by sight, but Okay, Seta is still got quite the health. Okay, I think we're gonna back out. Oh, we're unconscious. Most unfortunate thing about that is we're gonna have to retrieve our polearm. All right, out the door, Bleep. Daring escape. Let's go. Back to the hub. Get a bed. Try again. It almost seems like they've buffed up patrols or something. I don't remember this many Inquisitors in and around Stack. We're working up a healthy bounty. I think I may try the whole thing again, but in plate armor. We're having to balance stats versus protection here, which honestly indicates that it's a good series of RPG choices and trade-offs. Bed's here. Yeah, this is closer. Alright, it's a hit to our stats, but maybe survivability increases. Let's go find out. Pretty embarrassing if you let the same guy just run back in the door. Do your worst. Oh, look, they're inviting me back. Okran spared you last time. Where's my target? Stairs, perhaps? Yes. Oh no, that's a regular Inquisitor. Couple regular Inquisitors. I guess Seta does sometimes go out and about on the town. I've seen him out here before. Ah, there he is. Is that Seta defeated? It is. We're gonna kidnap. Okay, we're starting to take chest damage. Let's flee the scene. Amazing that this one is still chasing me with this level of blood loss. All right, so now we get to turn in our prize. I want to turn him into the UC. Best way to do that would be... probably a run through Okran's shield, unfortunately. Or I could go through Iron Valleys. That might work. In any case, let's get this way. I wonder if we could throw him in Tengu's vault. Probably better to make sure we turn him in at somewhere with an official, like, prison guard and everything. I think if we throw him into Tengu's vault, we get the money, but not the reputation, which I'm not super worried about allying with the United Cities, but I'm curious if anything happens with the world state if you turn the High Inquisitors over to the UC instead of the Shek. What's up, follower of Clay? Good to see you. We have a High Inquisitor over our shoulder today, and that's a good way to start. Let's see if we just designate going to Stoat, what happens. Playing workers and resources. I've heard of this game. I've never seen it before. It makes me think of, what's that mobile game? Puzzles and Adventure or whatever. It's one of the ones that offers a bunch of streamers sponsorships to play on stream. Will stealth win the day? Great game, super complex city builder. Sounds fun. I can see why a Kenshi fan would enjoy it. Only a 14,000 bounty. That's not all that bad. We've got time to rake it up higher than that. Also started a new Kenshi run a few days ago. Kenshi is you and your wife's evening entertainment. I can understand why. It's an easy game to get lost in and generate lots of stories with. Let's see, are we gonna hit strength 71? Not quite, not quite. Okay, so police. That's the High Inquisitor of the Ochre Knights. You caught him. It's crazy that after all this, you're only at 78 strength. Take him. Relations with the Holy Nation decreased by -50. All right, where is bed? I should know this city, but it's weird. It's like every time you enter, it's when you enter from a different direction, it looks like a totally new city. Wow, it's windy out here. So that's a barracks. Clothing shop. Ah, there's the bar. Sure, let's go sleep in the dust storm. Alright, well that went. So, next we try Voltena, maybe? See, the problem is I don't know, like, we'll try Voltena. I don't know how we're going to leap from Voltena to Phoenix. We might have to bounce around and try some other enemies first. Perception 10. Very useful when you are perceiving a 10 out of 10 stream. They're bringing a High Inquisitor to a UC town. You saw him in-game weeks later marching with some slavers as a slave. I love the way the world can kind of interact with itself. Show me your goods. We will buy some food cubes, please. And some meat. Yeah, that ought to do. All right, now, truth be told, I think I'm being overconfident in trying Okran's shield, but at some point we've got to just push the run, right? The big thing with Okran's shield are the turrets. There's a lot of turrets if we have to make an escape. You take your time, you should do okay. I'm thinking so. I think Voltena is stronger than the one we just turned in. Okay, so basically what we're going to want to do is get directly to the heart of the city. Or rather to the barracks. We're also going to want to swap our backpack around. I don't think we can really risk the dust coat, as nice as it would be to have the higher stats. Ever wondered about that giant robo hand sticking out of the sand there? Yes. Yes, I do. I've been seeing a lot of stuff pop up on my feed from Hero in his head, so like I have some ideas just from titles and thumbnails and stuff of things that were going on with the lore. Okay, so there's an Inquisitor. Who are you inquisiting? Valtena. Okay, you're tough. Let's see what happens. Oh, immediately we took a 17 hit to the chest. Oh, okay. Is he just gonna throw me out? Be okay with that. Or maybe he's gonna walk me all the way to the prison cell. Oh, he's gonna throw me out? Okay. Bleep. Return to Stoat. You're going to rest. See, the thing we have to be careful of is if we get knocked out from head damage, because turrets, when you're running away, have like a 95% chance to hit you in the head. So that's a case where if we're trying to leave while we are under turret fire and our head is very injured, it could result in a death. All right, to Stoat. Wait, who's that chasing me? Oh, are those manhunters? Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think the United Cities should be chasing me. We should probably get some supplies and build ourselves a little house again. Or honestly, you know what? A sleeping bag even would be better than running all the way to Stoat, I think. We could have put this down a while ago. You know they've got damage when I've got the equipment that I do and 95 toughness, and they still did like 17 in a single swing to my chest. Oh, ran into the wrong building. Don't want to do that. All right, Voltenna. Round 2. I hope you had a nice meal between last time and now. Where are you? Are you this one that's planking? No. You're this one. Ooh, okay. 0 head health. And unconscious. But this time, Voltenna appears a little worse for wear. I don't know, I think the attrition method's gonna work. We may not be able to meet them in a one-on-one classical duel, but wearing them down over time just might see us through. It's also amazing to me that the High Inquisitor just throws you out. Come on, Bleep, you can get up faster than that. What's all that toughness for if you can't? We'll just pick somewhere in the desert and go sleep it off. Betting a turret person is aggroing on me. Maybe we can sleep somewhere that isn't haunted by howling wind. Much better. What you also love in Kenshi are those hidden mountain paths, like the ones behind Okran's shield. Yeah, I think it would be, I think the pathfinding could work a little better for those to be used a little more. Excuse me. Just tried to breathe while I tried to also drink water, that's all. It's a great combo. I also want to make sure I don't accidentally walk through the area that's got the poison gas. What a way to end a run. Despite the name, streamers are not aquatic. It's true. Well, most of us. I don't know. I can't speak for all of us. We're not a monolith. Second time I've used that word today. It's getting a lot of mileage. Kind of like Bleep, who now has 92 athletics from running all around the map. Okay, Valtena, I return again. Okran spared you last time we fought. Hey, Frankie. What's up? How's it going, Raiders? Welcome in. Frankie, what were you up to today? Y'all, Frankie probably needs no introduction, but if you like Kenshi and don't know who he is, lots of great guides on YouTube, challenge runs on Twitch, all sorts of stuff. Tell me what the run was if you like. Welcome in. I'm Ad Noctum. I am a variety streamer on Twitch and YouTube, but lately I do a lot of Kenshi and a lot of Fallout. I do Kenshi every Saturday, Sunday, and I make videos on Kenshi as well on my YouTube. Today we are playing as Kenshi's weakest warrior, a Deadhive drone, solo permadeath, trying to just go up the scale of bounties and difficult encounters that we can take out with our training. Playing with planes in Kenshi, like airplanes or like planes of existence. We're fighting High Inquisitor Valtena right now, and it's not going amazingly, but it's not going terribly either. Airplanes, a lot of airplanes. What? Oh, you know what? I think I might have seen something about that on the subreddit. I'll have to check out the VOD because I'm curious now what that is. Frankie, thank you for the raid. Thank you for your support. If you'd like to stick around, feel free to. If you gotta head out, gotta take care of yourself or the dog or anything like that, absolutely okay. Let's see how this fight goes. I take one more chest hit and I'm gonna run and put down a bag. Oh, there it is. There's my one more chest hit. They are planes that yell stuff in German. I think we got about 2% defense XP for that on top of our 89 defense. I was a little worried at first, but chat translated what they were saying for you. Oh yeah, when you have something in another language on stream, of course, not knowing if they're saying anything that you don't want to be broadcasting. I get it. Die, wicked robot. How about you make me? We've tried a couple training methods today. We have fought crabs. We have tried the Frankie method of fighting the skeleton bandits. That was the best so far. Of course, you know, I try to avoid like the most meta hyper leveling strat. But just with this character, we're at a point where we weren't going to be getting much more progress if I didn't do at least a little of that. Would you like to try not getting hit in the chest? Can I sign you up to a subscription of not getting hit in the chest? Please. Hiver Fogman Impossible Challenge. Not clickbait. Try not to have a heart attack every 5 seconds. The run. All right, let's eat some food. Valtena, one of these times, it's going to work, and you're going to rue the day that you sat in your barrack where I could find you. Cool, we got chaos going on. Valtena, I arrived to challenge you again. Oh, you're fully healed. Okay, this is gonna be a fun cycle. Love cut left, right? Okay, so I signed Bleep up for a subscription of not getting hit in the head, and he decided to just be hit in the chest, and he decided to be hit in the head a bunch. All right, Bleep, make your escape. No hit run win. We go make Maple her dinner. Hey, have a good one, Frankie. Thank you for the raid. And thank you for the interesting VOD to check out after this. Surprised they don't arrest you and take your weapons. Yeah, it's quite strange. All right, time to bring you back to Stoat. And may we get, yes, we may even get Strength 71. There it is. Headphone check. The wind noise here is a headphone check. Trying to get a cinematic picture of this and... Wait. Forget all of the controls here. I missed the free cam. I'm gonna have to upgrade or update my Kenshi. Once experienced Phoenix, even though you dissolved him in acid a couple of days before, somehow returning from the dead, going into Okron's shield, which was in UC hands, and massacring everyone. And what a story it left you with. What are you guys hidden there to watch? That's an interesting concept. Just spies placed around the map so you can check what's going on at any time. Ooh, that could be a cool character recruit, like a spy bot. You know, one that's got an absurdly high stealth, but very bad, and maybe high athletics, but bad combat stats. That could be useful with a mod like Reactive World sort of thing. If you want to see like who's fighting who, you could get a bunch of spy bots and just scatter them around towns. You mean don't take another step? You gonna bag check me? Oh, I tried to bribe him. But normally they want a bribe. Alright, well, time to run, we'll lose him on the way to Shobutai. It's weird. It says I was caught committing assault. Like, I would understand if the crime that I was caught committing was bribery. But just put him in a cage. Yeah, but I'm a little curious to see the faction changes. And I don't think you get those if you put them directly in a cage. Or at least, like, the, faction reputation and all that stuff. All right, now we just wait here until our committing crime disappears. Or wait, you know, just like outside a city where no one will see us. And then we should be good. As soon as they are in a prison cell, world events change. Yeah, you're right. Am I still in no spoilers mode? I'm not, no. At this point, I'm open to pretty much all information. But I was just curious, like, what changes if I end up actually allied with the United Cities? Even if I do end up betraying them later. Oh wait, is this the... That's a barracks, yeah. Of course, I should be very familiar with this prison. I spent a lot of time there in the Rock Bottom run. That's the High Inquisitor of the Okra Knights. Take him. Where they must still realize, oh, I still have the bounty. Well, all right, let's break containment yet again. Hometown of the fat Czech recruit. Yeah, I never found him in my first playthrough. That was something that I found out about through other people later on. I'm curious who holds Okran's shield now. I would think it would be the UC. Found him in one of the outhouses. I hear that is a common place to find him. What's up, PC man? How you doing? Just got home from hanging out with friends. Sounds pretty good. We're actually following the road path. Very nice. We're just going to check out Okron's shield and see what the state of it is. And now you play with a group of 9, 7 Greenlander, 2 Scorchlander. Only use polearm class weapons as main weapon. See how this goes? We need to avenge the death of one of ours. I'm a big fan of the polearm. Says it's open to the public. I can't see anything. Ah, yes, Barracks, United Cities. Well, here we are, affecting changes in the world already. I don't know who they're running from or towards, but not my problem, not my business. What is my business is coming back here tomorrow for another stream. We'll be back about the same time, between 6 and 7 Eastern. We seem to be closing in on wrapping up this playthrough, and you know what that means. That means it is soon time for another Kenshi video and another Kenshi series. So I'll be looking forward to that, and also, yeah, just culminating this story of the weakest warrior in Kenshi. As I said before, if this is your first exposure, we have a lot of Kenshi on the channel. You can find the whole playlist of this playthrough if you want to see it from the beginning. You can also find all of my other playthroughs and Kenshi videos all on the YouTube. Lots of stuff there for Kenshi fans. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Alrighty, y'all, as usual, we're going to go ahead and close YouTube first. YouTube, thank you for being here, whether you were here live or you caught the VOD. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed this installment of Kenshi's Weakest Warrior. I also hope to see you again, but until that happens, please take care of yourselves. Have a good one, YouTube.